It's not the FBI.
I hope it's not the FBI that
what do you
exists
call
now,
it?
but that's something Chris Wright's
Shit gears or whatnot.
Let's just the FBI change.
Check out.
Right, Sean, the FBI
And then what do you
is
call
not
it?
hiring and firing directors of national
Someone there in the first
intelligence. The
plan.
FBI is not.
And so interpretations from third person point of view. It's like, I said we call on xenophobia and stuff like that, on Russian hoax and stuff like that. Or say maybe like a privilege of like a certain like ethnicity, right? 2,100, right? 2,100, and they're acting like, not there, but then say like, in a third person point of view, 2,100, you're automatic. You're actually automatic. Your line of train of thought is kind of like, your line of thinking is kind of like, your team is kind of like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm like, I forget my mask, okay, given, right? I forget sometimes. Then on top of that, I haven't watched the news since like I got paid, so maybe that's been about 7 some odd days, right? Something to that effect. And then on top of that, picking up where you left off, elections are in 6 some odd months or something to that effect, right? And then so, given that nature, you're like, oh man, campaigning, dude. I mean, everybody's like, you know what I mean? People want those, what do you call those on? And just have that. No, it's that policy, but what it is like, oh yeah, you know what? You say, oh, how was that? How'd that feel? Oh man, that felt great. You know what I mean? That felt great. That kind of charges the batteries, if you will. You know what I mean? I mean, in lack of a better term, you feel me? And I'm like, you know what I mean? So like, my whole idea, charge the batteries. You know what I mean? And so what it was is like, that's it. It breaded me up, and that's it. And I feel better. I didn't want to go through 3 weeks of grit, grime, and grit, and then not have it pan out to be like, oh, you know what, I'm on this whole other type, spreadsheet, and like, I'm sour, and, everybody's, partying around, everybody's like, it's like high and mighty or whatever around me or something like that effect, right? Or whatever, right? Or coming off their own residuals, if you will, their own residual effects of it, like, talking about, damn, when can I get it again, you know what I mean? And like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. That's gonna take. Is he right? You have a prerequisite of like PhDs of like for like CIA or something. But like to that effect, So you say, oh, you know what? Oh, something like that. I mean, I'm to arbitrarily. I'm thinking the elections in general. The elections in general are kind of determined by the electronic balloting now. And the electronic balloting now is kind of like the telekinesis of iPod shuffle of like who makes who president and stuff like that. With its own manipulations of human manipulations of like, oh, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? That's it. You know what I'm saying?